Ohio may soon become the state with the most restrictive abortion laws in the country. Both houses of the Ohio Congress have voted to approve the heartbeat bill, which would ban abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected, and that's usually around at 6 weeks of the pregnancy.
I think Ohio is the same state that went from 24 weeks to 20 weeks previously. So, like, this is kind of like they're taking a big step.
They're taking a really big step.
I mean, I would assume that a lot of women that find out they're pregnant is probably around that time.
At 6 weeks?
I mean, because if you think about it, usually people wait, women wait until, they miss their period.
Oh, and another thing, it doesn't provide an exception for women that have been raped or have been the victim of incest.
Yeah, well...
There is an exception for the life of the mother.
I wonder, like, how loose that exception is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, women normally find out that they're pregnant after, they missed a period and they wait another week. So it's like they don't have a lot of time.
6 weeks. 6 weeks. So now it goes to Governor Kasich, and he now has the option to sign off on this bill or veto it.
And what did he do?
He hasn't done anything yet. Hasn't anything. He's on his desk, so we don't know what he's gonna do. But this is very ridiculous. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
But we both know why he's doing it, or why they're doing it at a time like this.
Yeah. So
this time.
The president of the Senate, a guy by the name of Keith Faber, in the past he suggested that a bill like this, the heartbeat bill, because this has been tried in the past. This has been tried in North Dakota and it's been tried in Arkansas, but it's been struck down by federal courts, right? So he has suggested that that supporters of this effort, of the heartbeat bill effort, were undermining efforts to save babies. That's what he had said in the past.
So this kind of new restrictive abortion legislation doesn't go far enough?
Well, yeah, his ultimate goal is
to like do away with it completely.
Outlaw abortions, to overturn Roe v. Wade. And he says that he's pretty much saying that this effort is not going to survive a constitutional challenge. That's what he said in the past. But now, you know what's changed?
The president Trump.
Incoming president Donald Trump. So the people that were originally against this, and there's a lot of people that have been against this that are pro-life, because they believe this measure is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to survive a constitutional challenge. They are now saying that they are with it because Donald Trump will have the opportunity, or he'll have the opportunity to appoint a conservative justice.
So they assume, they're assuming that Trump will appoint a conservative justice. Okay, fine. What if he does? Does that automatically guarantee when a case like this, if Kasich decides to sign it? Because if he decides to sign it, it will definitely go up to the Supreme Court.
Right. Definitely.
So are they assuming that this justice will like pretty much tip the scales and pretty much rule it constitutional?
I guess. I guess they're feeling like they have a chance now.
Well, see,
they have a legitimate chance.
That's the thing.
I don't even know if he'll get to I don't even know if he'll get to the Supreme Court. It could be a federal court. Strikes this down.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe they appeal it to the Supreme Court.
I was about to say, what if it does? I think that's what they're looking forward to.
Right.
Whether it gets to the Supreme Court, but like I said, what guarantee do they have that a conservative judge will,
because
deem it constitutional? Because, first, I would think they would have to, amend the Constitution for a conservative justice to even rule that way. You see what I'm saying? Wouldn't they have to propose a constitutional amendment?
Well, they would have
that would amend the 14th Amendment.
They've used the 14th Amendment to preserve Roe v. Wade, so...
Okay, then. So unless they're going to do that,
Look, like I said, these folks are feeling like the chest are out now. You know, they're feeling big and bad, and like, oh snap, we got a conservative in the White House, or that's coming into the White House, so we can do what the hell we want to do. We can actually get rid of Roe v. Wade. I've said it before that, I'm pro-choice, or I feel like that should be the law, pro-choice,
be
right?
specific. Like people think that pro-choice means pro-abortion.
Yeah, it's not pro-abortion. I feel like an individual has the right to determine what they want to do with their body. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other people on the other side of the argument that claim they're pro-life, I claim that they're pro-birth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel as though their claims may be legitimate. Like, I mean, if you believe that life starts, at the minute of conception, right? I mean, like right then, right? And you feel like these babies need to be protected. I understand. I understand that you want to protect life, but it seems like priorities are kind of mixed up. I think anybody reasonable would want to reduce the rate of abortions. I believe anybody reasonable would want to do that. But they want to start at the end of it, at the end of the line. They just want to say, okay, we don't like the act, so we want to end it. We want to make it illegal. But that's not going to end it. Let's start at the root. Let's start at root causes. And like I said, poverty is a root cause. A lack of education is a root cause.
But see, you have to look at the
lack of
but how do
healthcare is a root cause.
But see, that's the thing. Like, if they're looking at poverty as a root cause, then they would actually have to question the capitalistic kind of nature of our system.
They would
have to question that. So,
but instead they just want to make it illegal, put it to bed, and not have to look at it anymore. Not have to look at what problems it's going to cause. I
mean, are you surprised that, I guess, the approach is so short-sighted, though? You know what I'm saying? Because this is all this is trying to legislate morality and not actually, I guess, try to fix the conditions that create an environment for abortions to be,
Exactly.
I
totally understand it, and that's what I always try to get at. Like, if you really have a problem with this, if you actually want to save babies, and you have a real problem with the rate of abortions that this country is experiencing, with anything, wouldn't you start at the root? Wouldn't you start at the root causes to try to fix the problem? I think like just start way down the field and try to fix it, because that's not going to do anything. All you're going to do is criminalize it, and that's it. It's still going to happen. This is going to happen more unsafely.
But see, they're not interested in that. That you're trying to be reasonable. I don't think they're looking at it reasonably. I think that's the problem. You're trying to approach it looking at it holistically,
right.
And they have this narrow-minded focus just to like do away with this one act because they feel it's immoral.
Right.
But even that is kind of closed-minded, because there's a lot of kind of immorality tied into what creates the situation where abortions are plentiful in the first place, and that's what you were trying to get at.
Right.
But like I said before, they would then have to question the entire system, and that's a little more complicated than just trying to institute some sort of like biblical narrow-mindedness.
Well, Governor Kasich of Ohio, he has been against this type of heartbeat bill as well in the past. So now that it's on his desk, I wonder what he's going to do, right? So I think people should call him. I think people should call Governor Kasich